What's up, fellas? I'm going to keep this as brief as possible. I just needed to showcase how bullet spongy everything was, and how hard everything is now at the blink of an eye. I was basically denying this fact the whole time. I'm fortunate enough to be able to play I played about 60 hours the first week that the new expansion launched. And part of that allowed me to get a lot of gear, and a lot of the players that I played with in that opening week were also players like me that were able to play an exceeding amount of time. What I've come to realize is that we're not being rewarded properly for the amount of time that it takes to do any of the things that we want to do. A simple level 4 control point takes about 30 to 45 minutes, no matter what anybody says. There are some builds out there, and you might get exceedingly lucky in what rolls out to attack you from that control point, or what shows up to defend that control point. You might get lucky. The big thing you have to look at is that it's really hard. Most people don't want to put forth 40 minutes to 45 minutes worth of time just to get ganked by a side patrol, or maybe even a rogue ambush. And that's exactly what happened here in this video. Me and a couple of buddies were doing the new rogue missions, and we're attacked by 4 rogues, of which they have all separate abilities that looks like they can literally DPS, tank, and use all their skills to maximum level. And this was a challenging... This was basically the difficulty level was set to challenging. So you tell me what's happening here. I mean, I had to cut the video essentially into about a third of the original video, because to take the control point took about 30 minutes. Then to defend it from 4 rogues after we defended it from the initial wave took altogether about an hour and 15 minutes, I think. So what you're seeing here is the last 15 minutes of gameplay, where we survive the ambush and essentially get crap loot because of it. And I don't understand, and I think that's what's frustrating a lot of players, is that the loot wasn't very good before, and the loot's not very good now, but it's being covered up in such a way just like before. And as players progress, I think the game is going to come apart at the seams just like it did before, when people are like, well, I did such and such, and I did this, and I was able to do that. It's like, yeah, how long did that take? 6 hours. And the only thing I can think of is they're trying to figure out a way to keep the YouTubers from blowing through their content and losing the YouTubers. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if you have 50 or 60 hours to throw, at the content right when it comes out, of course you're going to be way out there. I mean, I was reading an article from Forbes by Paul Tassi, and I might be butchering that name, but I'm sorry, where there are already people that are shade level 200, 300, 400, 500. That's insane. I mean, if you have a select team, yeah, you can just blow through stuff. But for the average player, we're like level 20, 30, 40, 50. You got a few people that are 80, 90, 100, but they're able to put a lot more time into it. I mean, I've got a core group of friends that like to play the game, and we do really well. We've cleared the raid a couple of times, not on console, mind you, but on PC we've cleared the raid. Console, though, it's just a whole nother world, and before long, I think they're going to have to break up those 2 sandboxes, kind of like what Destiny 2 is doing. But that's kind of getting off on a separate topic. So without further ado, This is a very shortened down version of being ambushed by rogue agents. Mind you, these are NPCs. They're not real players. So if anybody thinks that real rogues are entering into other people's world, that's not what's happening. Because I'm sure somebody thinks that. But anyway, as always, this has been the Maverick. Out.
So everyone up there. Oh, that's one down.
An agent needs assistance.
They can't res him, right? Because his bar is still up there is why I asked.
Location guarded by hostiles.
No, that was me.
Okay. I was like,
Even when the person goes down, if I actually do my shield thing, it gives them armor knowing that they're already down.
Rogue Restorer Hive detected. Rogue Assault Turret. Guarding location nearby. Detected. Location guarded by hostiles. Rogue drone detected. Nearby.
Hey, that didn't tickle. Put my head out the wrong time.
Rogue Assault Turret detected.
Yeah, striker gone upstairs. The middle dude's almost done.
Rogue
Got him.
restorer hive detected.
You reload it. Let's go.
Rogue striker drone detected. Detected. Guarded by hostiles. Hostiles guarding location nearby. Turret detected.
Rogue getting close. Coming in through the bottom.
Team's having a little dance off.
Location guarded by hostiles.
Hey, you're gonna be first.
Rogue
Oh,
agent
snap.
eliminated.
I got the new percussive maintenance and the crimson fool.
I got him on me.
I got an
I don't
SM.
know what else.
I got a God rolled SMG, the tactical AUG. I think that's it though. Let's see. No. Apparently I got a God rolled mask as well for Overlord. A couple of crappy pieces of gear. Decent holster.
Yeah, I don't got that. zombie shot on the outside.
Crappy knee pads. Percussive maintenance has the skill haste maxed out, so it's not bad. Make a good heal set, I guess.